Okay, guys, I am apologizing ahead of time for how long this is going to take. So just bear with me. For questions 1 and 2, you should be putting these into your calculator. So if you put this in your calculator, you are going to get, that'll end up being 27, and this will be -5. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Question number 3 is a simplification question. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to write, whoa, that is fat. I do not want that fat. We're going to write the 4th root of 16, the 4th root of x to the 4th, and the 4th root of y to the 8th. Separate them all out. You do your factor tree for 16. We have 4 2's, so our 2 comes out front. This, if you rewrite it as a rational exponent, this becomes x to the 1st, and y becomes y squared. So that is the simplified version for number 3. For number 4, we have to FOIL this. So when we do our first, we get b. Outer, we get -3 square root b. Inner, we get +3 root b. And our last is -9. Those middle 2 terms cancel, so we end up with just b -9. Also, you should have noticed that these were conjugates of one another. Okay, this question kind of builds on number 4 in that we're going to have to multiply by our conjugate. So we're going to multiply by 1 minus √7 on the top and the bottom. When we do that, this 4 just distributes. We get 4 minus 4 √7. And then on the bottom, we get the square root of the first, which is 1, or the square of the first minus the square of the second, which is 7. So this ends up being 4 minus 4 √7 over -6. Then we are going to reduce. What do the 4, and the 6 have in common? And that is a 2. So this is going to be 2 minus 2 √7 over -3, which you'll notice isn't there, so we have to change our signs. So we're going to get, this is going to be negative, positive, positive. So we're going to get 2 √7 minus 2 over 3, which is going to be D. Okay, this is just a translation problem. So we're going left 2. Left 2 means that we're going to add 2 and up 1, so +1, or 1 plus x plus 2. That's number 6. Okay, gotta scroll over. Here's number 7. A function has the domain and range. What are the domain and range of the inverse? Remember that when we're talking inverse of functions, that the domain and the ranges just swap. Why did this stop? There we go. That when we're doing an inverse, your domain and your range swap. So your domain is now going to be x is less than or equal to 1, because this becomes your new domain, and this becomes your new range. So y is greater than or equal to -2. Graphing this is a square root function shifted 1 down. This is down 1. So we're going to go down here to 0, -1. And then it's going to look like this-ish. Which of the following are real numbers? Well, we can take a square root of a positive. We can take a square root of 0. We cannot take the fourth root of a negative. Cannot take a fourth root of a negative. So C is not one of, it stopped working for me again. C is not an answer. No, no, no. There we go. There we go. Sorry, guys. C is no bueno because we have an even root with a negative underneath. So that is a no, so it's D. So this one is A, B, and D are all real numbers. This is the volume of a cube. You need to know that a cube, you just need to know the volume. The volume is just your side length cubed, right? So now they've told us that the volume is 2.8. 2.8 was S cubed. Sorry, let me write that a little bit better for you guys. 2.8 equals our side length cubed. We're going to take the cube root of 2.8. And I'm going to put it in my calculator, which I have right next to me because I'm cool like that. Cube root of 2.8 is approximately 1.4. They want it to the nearest tenth of a meter. This one has us multiplying these, and it says use a calculator. So guess what? I'm going to use a calculator. I'm going to do square root of 3 times the square root of 3 plus the square root of 27, and I get 12. Okay, this it is asking is which is decreasing. That means that on the coordinate plane, it's going like this, okay? So we know that it's got to be a negative square root of x at some point. And if you look at this, this is positive. So that's going to be, and guys, you can just graph these. Decreasing means it looks like this. This is a decreasing function. An increasing function is going to look like this. Okay, that's your difference. The only one of these that is decreasing is C when you graph them. So on this one, you need to use a calculator. Use a calculator. All right, we'll stop here and we'll do the backside in a different video.